Hello friends, it's 7:30 p.m. and you are tuned to the General Overseas Service of All India Radio, the voice of the nation. We are here with news, views, celebrity endorsements, write-ups, videos, vox pop, tips of the day and music for your listening pleasure. So happy tuning in. Today is World Day for International Justice, which is observed annually on 17 July every year. It is also known as the Day of International Criminal Justice or International Justice Day. This day recognizes the emerging system of international criminal justice.
This is the General Overseas Service of All India Radio. Namaskar. The News Snippets. Read by Maria Albina Michael. 635,757 people have recovered from COVID-19 in the country. In the last 24 hours, 22,942 people have recovered. The recovery rate in India is 63.5%. 333,228 tests for COVID-19 were conducted in the past 24 hours. India and EU have agreed to strengthen their strategic partnership based on shared values of democracy, rule of law, and respect for human rights. India and EU leaders agreed to harness human-centric digitalization to develop inclusive economies and societies. The two sides will enhance their partnership in support of sustainable modernization. They will boost cooperation to support clean energy transition. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh is on a day-long visit to Leh. He will carry out a comprehensive review of the security scenario in the region. He is accompanied by Chief of Defence Staff General Bipin Rawat and Army Chief General M.M. Narawane. Flights between India and the United States and France have started from today. India has created 4 air bubbles with Germany and UK, apart from USA and France. International flights are restricted and these air bubbles between particular countries are the only way out, said Civil Aviation Minister Hardeep Singh Puri. India has said Pakistan did not provide unimpeded consular access to jailed Indian citizen in Pakistan Kulbhushan Jadhav, in line with the ICJ verdict. India has lodged a formal protest with Islamabad. India and Israel have signed an agreement to bolster cooperation in cybersecurity. The UN has designated Pakistan Tehreek-e-Taliban (PTT) leader Mufti Noor Wali Masood as a global terrorist. The US State Department has welcomed the UN move. And that is the end of the news snippets.
हाय, कैसे हैं आप? घर पर हैं, सुरक्षित हैं, स्वस्थ हैं? कोरोना से बचने के लिए एक बहुत अहम चीज है मास्क, पर ना सिर्फ अपने देश में बल्कि दुनिया भर में मास्क की बहुत कमी है, तंगी है। इसका एक बहुत आसान हल है। जैसे हमारे प्रधानमंत्री जी ने कहा कि हम खुद घर पर मास्क बना सकते हैं। कोई भी कपड़ा ले लीजिए, चाहे वो दुपट्टा हो, स्कार्फ हो, पुरानी साड़ी हो। आज मैं एक ब्लाउज पीस का इस्तेमाल करने वाली हूँ और साथ आपको चाहिए 2 पैंट्स, रबर पैंट्स भी चलेंगे। अब कपड़े को इस तरह फोल्ड कर लीजिएगा। और फिर बैंड्स को दोनों तरफ से अटका दीजिए। ये चॉकलेट की तरह दिख रहा है। और फिर इसको अंदर की तरफ फोल्ड कर लीजिए। अब दूसरे एंड को इसके अंदर अटका दीजिए ताकि ये हिले ना। बन गया आपका मास्क, है ना? अपना देश, अपना मास्क।
Beyond gratitude, there are things you can do to help boost your immune system. Quick life hacks to improve your immunity in our program Tips of the Day. Today's tip is to stay active. Staying active is one of the pillars of healthy living. It improves cardiovascular health, lowers blood pressure, helps control body weight and protects against a variety of diseases. But does it help to boost your immune system naturally and keep it healthy? Well, friends, being active is a great way to develop your body and calm your mind. Exercise can also boost your immune system and help you feel better if you're sick. However, more exercise isn't necessarily better. Moderate activity is the most beneficial for your immune system. Just like a healthy diet, exercise can contribute to general good health and therefore to a healthy immune system. It may contribute even more directly by promoting good circulation, which allows the cells and substances in the immune system to move through the body freely and do their job efficiently. You can boost your immunity by getting moderate physical activity most days of the week and continuing light exercise when ill to stimulate your immune system. However, what exercises and times are best for you may vary depending on your overall health. Aim for a daily physical activity. If you are healthy, you should aim to get at least 30 minutes of exercise daily. In general, 150 minutes of moderate exercise every week is enough to help boost your immunity. Keeping an exercise journal or using a smartphone app can help you track your workout time and progress. Break up exercise into manageable chunks. Busy schedules can make it difficult to get in a 30-minute chunk of time. Perform strength training exercises twice a week. Another great way to boost your immunity is to incorporate strength training into your exercise routine. Like lifting weights, yoga, and Pilates are types of resistance training that can promote overall health and stimulate your immune system. Do remember the last two tips to rest well and eat well. Stay healthy, fit, and fine. Connect with us, same time, same channel, for another tip of the day. We now have for you a message by the WHO Director General Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus.
Let me be blunt. Too many countries are headed in the wrong direction. The virus remains public enemy number one, but the actions of many governments and people do not reflect of this. The only aim of the virus is to find people to infect. Mixed messages from leaders are undermining the most critical ingredient of any response: trust. If governments do not clearly communicate with their citizens and roll out a comprehensive strategy focused on suppressing transmission and saving lives, if populations do not follow the basic public health principles of physical distancing, hand washing, wearing masks, coughing etiquette, and staying at home when sick, if the basics aren't followed, there is only one way this pandemic is going to go. It's going to get worse and worse and worse. But it does not have to be this way. Every single leader, every single government, and every single person can do their bit to break off chains of transmission and end the collective suffering.
Namaskar everyone, I am Sanvika Biswas. Today I thought of this story. Its name is Donatina's Farm Birthday Party. Today is Donatina's birthday. Donatina is very sad because no one wished her a happy birthday. Actually, her sister Marshmallow decided a surprise birthday party in the farm. Donatina loves to eat donuts and she's fond of dolls and animals. Her sister Marshmallow invited Donatina's party of friends. Then they all went to the farm. After reaching the farm, they got very excited to see the flock of birds, the flock of sheep, the herd of cattle, and the litter of puppies. And they had lot of fun. Then they decided to play a game, scavenger hunt. In this, Donatina has to find her favorite food item. She looked beside the fence, under the bundle of sticks, and behind the row of trees. Finally, she found her favorite strawberry flavored donuts under the stack of hay. She was so happy to see the donuts because on it was written, "Happy birthday, Donatina." Donatina was so happy. After that, they all cut the cake, drank a bowl of soup, and ate a slice of pizza. After that, her friends showered Donatina with gifts. Donatina was overjoyed to see the string of pearls, an album of photographs, a pack of color pencils, and a bouquet of flowers. She was so delighted that she thanked her friends with a bar of chocolates each. Thank you.
Living on the edge, the coastal lives. Barely a kilometer away from the beach, the fishing community of Bhimli do not have a comfortable life to look up to.
మా ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ ఏంటంటే సముద్రంలోకి రావడము, వెళ్ళి ఎండలతో బాధపడము, పిల్లలు బాగోలేకపోతే ఏదో ఊరికి చేస్తారని గవర్నమెంట్ హాస్పిటల్ తీసుకెళ్తే వాళ్ళు మమ్మల్ని చూడకపోవడం, సరైన డాక్టర్లు లేకపోవడము, సరైన డాక్టర్ లేకపోతే ప్రైవేట్ హాస్పిటల్కి వెళ్ళడము.
My name is Kadiri Muttiraju. I am a fisherman. We don't have any health facilities around. We have to go to the city only. We have been telling the authorities about our problems, but not much help has come from the authorities. And also for some treatment and other purposes, we have to go to private doctors.
They are staying in thatched huts, but we could also see multi-storied houses, conveying their economic differences. There is little access to clean water, sanitation, and hardly any health facilities. Whereas, barely 3 kilometers away are the fisher folk at Pedajalaripeta, better off being in the city and less exposed to coastal erosion and calamities.
We all have the Pakka houses. We got it constructed during the tenure of our Chief Minister, Nandamuri Taraka Ramarao.
In this modern world, we are known by the skills we have and the engagements we undertake. Born and brought up in a fishing community, catching fish and selling them is all the fisher folk have ever known.
We started fishing at the age of 10. When I was a child and I used to go for fishing with my other family members, we used to find a large quantity of fish, but nowadays the quantity of fish is coming down.
It's what they do, and more so, it's who they are. It's a skill that they pass on to generations and fetch out for their survival.
చేపలు ముందుకి అంటే నా వయసుకే ఇప్పటికి కొన్ని వదనలు తగ్గిపోయింది. ఈ వల్ల మీరు చెప్పారు స్పీడ్ బోట్లు ఇవన్నీ వాళ్ళందరూ చంపేయడం వల్ల.
When I started fishing, from that time if we compare, the quantity of fish that we catch nowadays is come down. But also we have to remember that nowadays many more people go for fishing with speed boats and all that, so they get better catch.
I am Kakani Nageshwara Rao, Professor Emeritus, Department of Geoengineering, Andhra University, Visakhapatnam. The fishing community, slowly, they are displaced completely and they are marginalized completely. For example, in the initial stages when I started living here in 1970s, I found along the coast, the fishermen dry their fish at will, anywhere they want, on the road or roadside, on the beaches. Now the beaches have been occupied, the road has been widened, and then people have come right up to the shoreline to build their huge houses and apartment complexes. So absolutely the fishing community have been choked in their own habitat. They have no area where they can dry the fish. So the government has shown them an area about 20 kilometers north of the city, go and dry the fish there. They provided their area because it's stinking to the other people. So that kind of surrounded, and the fishing community have lost their identity almost, and then they have been just mingling with the city life, losing their natural working type habitat conditions. Many youngsters are finding different jobs, and then women are working as household employees, and so much of change in their activity.
But climate change is creating new hurdles every day.
చాలా ఎక్కువ కానీ ఎప్పుడు అలా రాలేదు అంటే అలా వచ్చేది కాదని చెప్పేసి మీకు షాప్ ఇదంతా బాగా చేసి పెట్టాడమ్మా. ఈ లైటింగ్లు, రోడ్లు ఇవన్నీ చంద్రబాబు నాయుడు బాగా చేసి పెట్టాడు.
During the Hudhud cyclone, Bhimli area suffered a lot of damage. Many houses were destroyed, and a shop belonging to a lady who's known to me, it was also completely destroyed.
సో అప్పుడు హుద్హుద్ తర్వాత వచ్చిన తుఫాన్లకు పెద్దగా ఏమీ ఎఫెక్ట్ రాలేదు. అంటే మీరు బాగా పక్కా ఇళ్ళు అవి బాగా చేశారు.
We got a compensation of 5,000 rupees from the government as our houses got damaged due to the Hudhud cyclone.
The crucial concern is that extreme weather events that are getting more frequent and more catastrophic than what their previous generations have faced.
సమస్యలు వచ్చాయమ్మా తుఫానికి. ఇక్కడ ఈ షాప్ ఉంది, ఈ షాప్ వెళ్ళిపోయినాం. ఇల్లు ఉగ్గేసి వెళ్ళిపోయామ్మా. ఇంకా మేదకి వెళ్ళిపోయామ్మా. ఇంట్లోకి ఇక్కడ మా ఇల్లు ఉగ్గేసి ఇంకేరా ఇంట్లోకి వెళ్ళిపోయాం. విపరీతమైన గాలమ్మా, వర్షం.
During the Hudhud cyclone, we were moved to safe place by the authorities, and we just have to leave everything in our house and go. But after coming back, we found that our houses were damaged and many of our valuables were also lost because of the cyclone.
My name is Nuka Raju and I am from Pedda Jalaripeta. In 2014, we have faced Hudhud cyclone. We stay 3 kilometers away from sea, but not much damage are done to us.
This is Dr. Shyamli Singh, working as an assistant professor with Indian Institute of Public Administration. Now fisher folk know that they have greener pastures to live. They don't like to risk their life living very close by in the vicinity of the shore because of the seashore erosion. With every 30 centimeter of the rise of the sea level, around 45 kilometers of the seashore is eroding. And as an impact, let's say if there is a fisherman living on the seashore near the beach, and if the house goes in some natural calamity, he will get a compensation of a meager amount of 2 or 2.5 or 3 lakhs at the maximum. But if you look at the actual money which goes into a constructing, it is many folds more than that. So it is better for those fisher folk to live away from the immediate shoreline into the rather relatively pakka houses, wherein they can give easy and better facilities to their children for education and all. And they themselves will feel well connected. Though it is not a very good option if you talk for the fisher folk to live in the urban setups. Because if you talk about the perception also of both the fishermen, one living near the shore and the one away from the shore, the one who's there in the urban locality would be more worried about the cyclones, whereas the one who's living by the shore would be more affected by the sea surface or the sea state, because the wind direction also impacts the catch which you are having. There are certain specific species which move according to the wind direction, and if the wind direction is not in that direction, then it hampers the catch also.
Climate change is real, and so is globalization. Are they prepared? We get a glimpse of that in the episodes to follow. In the series Living on Edge, The Coastal Lives, we bring you our next episode on Fisherwomen Take the Lead in Adapting in Bhimli.
You are tuned to the General Overseas Service of All India Radio. We now bring you today's commentary, the 15th India-EU Summit, Adopting a New Strategic Roadmap 2025. It is scripted by Professor Ummu Salma Bawa, Jean Monnet Chair, Center for European Studies, Jawaharlal Nehru University, and read by Kaushik Rai, AIR News Analyst. As a consequence of the COVID-19 pandemic, the 15th India-EU Summit took place in virtual format, emphasizing their shared values and endorsement of democracy, freedom, rule of law and respect for human rights. Both sides reaffirmed their commitment to effective multilateralism and a rules-based multilateral order centering the UN and the WTO. The summit was not only an opportunity to review the relations, but in the backdrop of the socio-economic consequences of the pandemic, it adopted the EU-India Strategic Partnership, a roadmap to 2025 that sets out a trajectory to further build the relations. Thus, expanding the scope of joint action, the Indian Prime Minister Mr. Narendra Modi and the EU Council President Mr. Charles Michel and the Commission President Ms. Ursula von der Leyen have agreed upon how to operationalize this new roadmap of strategic partnership that is responsive to the current challenges. Both sides emphasized global cooperation and solidarity to address the public health issues and also stressed that the COVID-19 vaccine be treated as a global common good. The EU is India's largest trading partner, and in the current geopolitical climate, that shows the need to enhance cooperation against a rising China. The two sides agreed to have talks to address trade impediments to set up a new high-level trade dialogue. They reaffirmed commitment to keep the global trading systems open. However, the summit also sought to redefine the scope and depth of engagement between New Delhi and Brussels beyond trade. The other focus areas are environment and climate change, open and fair trade, foreign and security policy, digitalization, human rights, sustainable modernization, and research and innovation. The big shift is the expansion of political engagement between India and the EU. Brussels welcomed India's G20 presidency in 2022 and its membership in the UN Security Council in 2021-22, both of which are signs of New Delhi's growing capacity at political leadership. A big push was given to enhancing the scope of political cooperation on foreign and security policy by agreeing to strengthen cooperation and work towards tangible outcomes on shared objectives on non-proliferation and disarmament, maritime security, counter-terrorism, including counter-radicalization, anti-money laundering, and countering terrorism financing and cybersecurity. India and EU agreed to cooperate on international and regional issues such as Iran and Afghanistan. Amongst the list of agreed objectives in the Roadmap 2025 is expanding the range of consultations on various dimensions of foreign and security policy, strengthen the military-to-military contact and exchange, and establish regular consultation on security issues. A growing field of collaboration is to launch a maritime security dialogue that goes beyond addressing counter-piracy issues. As the Indo-Pacific Ocean grows in strategic significance globally, this is a very positive development between New Delhi and Brussels, and both underline the need to preserve safety and stability in the Indian Ocean. Clearly, both sides see great value addition in expanding this push for institutional engagement and consolidation, which is a sign of maturing in the political relations. In addition to this, the two sides emphasize the need to have a rules-based approach to connectivity to ensure that projects are environmentally, socially, and fiscally sustainable and provide a level playing field for businesses. The India-EU partnership can play a key role in economic reconstruction and building a human-centric globalization in the post-COVID-19 world. Prime Minister Modi, in his opening remarks, said, "This is important in light of the implementation of the Joint Declaration on Common Agenda on Migration and Mobility (CAMM) between both sides. It was also agreed to resume the human rights dialogue and enhance civil society engagements and exchanges. In addition, both sides also concluded a civil nuclear cooperation and adopted a joint declaration on resource efficiency and circular economy. While the COVID-19 pandemic prevented a physical meeting in March this year, in hindsight, a lot more areas of bilateral cooperation were identified due to its consequences. The new Roadmap 2025 is indicative of the political commitment on both sides to enhance the strategic output of this partnership between India and the EU. That was today's commentary. The 15th India-EU Summit adopting a new strategic roadmap 2025. It was scripted by Professor Ummu Salma Bawa, Jean Monnet Chair, Center for European Studies, Jawaharlal Nehru University. It was read by Kaushik Rai. This broadcast came to you from the General Overseas Service of All India Radio.
The H. Escobar AC is pleased to present 16 great musicians, each sharing their talent from home. What a pleasure to have participated.
Ay, qué mundo soñador, falta amor, falta corazón.
triste. Amas una y nada más a la mujer que te parió. Amas una y nada más. Ama a tu hermano, ama a tu